Hi all. Today my topic is my view on INTP Type 9. Personally, I think INTP can be categorized into Type 9 or Type 3, but today I want to talk about Type 9. For me, I think there are some weakness and strength from my point of view. They are the persons who act first before organizing it. That's kind of pissed me off because it seems like they are not thinking at all before acting. The good thing is that sometimes we do not need to think all of the plans. Like that's why I have problems in taking action on implementations because I want to keep on searching for the options and what's the best thing and everything is related. At the end of the day, maybe I have everything figured out, but the implementations period has passed. So that's my problem. And I think what I learned from them is that we need to act first and train them. But however, we need to train them to teach them how to plan before acting. I have done this many times. It works. I've lead some INTP before. I've trained them before. It's hard. It takes time. It takes a very long time. It depends on whether they want it or not. Actually, in order to create a sense of urgency, you need to let them understand the logic behind and also like constantly influence them and lead them by examples. And they tend to ask me a lot of details and process, especially process related questions every single step. It's sort of like a bit of like SOP kind of feeling that they ask me all the steps. So, and I start to realize that there are some flaws in my explanation. It seems like I have a very fast and quick understanding on what is going to work and what is not going to work without these details. It might be my strength, it might be not, but uh, I need to because I am INTJ is system people, so I realized that even though we are like system, we are able to create system and structure, but actually we are not creating all the steps when we are explaining things. So I start to many years ago I start to realize these problems and I start to take things differently. I do all the small details and small steps and repetitions so that to understand like what is necessary and what is not and just make it very clear and workable for each type, and it works much better and I'm much better in explanation and working towards the goal with other people and able to grab much faster compared to before this because I worked very close with this INTP. I lead them, I train them, and I start to realize that I lack of this ones. And sometimes I feel like if I'm having these things too much, and it will cloud my view on able to grasp very fast on what's working and what's not. But I also realized that because of this, I am able to make much quicker decisions on other things to understand what's going to work and what's not going to work because as I go more in details in a lot of projects, I start to have this sixth sense like what is working better and what is not working better. So um, I still think that this is very important, but it can be a weakness if we are overly doing it. That's why I think that's why there's a report saying that INTP is a good follower, 100% follower, um, because they often do not really know what's gonna work and not gonna work because they are overly into this processing. So to overcome that, I explain the details and structure more like step by steps. Like first you do this, then you do this. Sometimes I explain the logic, but I realize that explaining logic a lot of times doesn't work for them. You need to make them do it first, then explain logic at the same time. It seems much working, and you need to do a lot of time with them. And I realized that people who are followers often have this problem. They are overly caught up in these details. And it seems very aloof. They are. And they constantly in their own daydreaming phase. So that's why I need to, from time to time, check on their progress, and give them the schedule. Um, the relationship with me, INTP with me, is that I always need to always take the lead, always have to be action oriented, like start, be the initiator. And sometimes I feel like I hope that be more. They will be the initiator. They can be initiator if they are being well trained over a period of time. But still, I need to like keep on checking and keep an eye on the schedule. And sometimes it's a bit annoyed, um, because it's I have a lot of other things to do, and I need to keep on looking at that. I need somebody there who can look at themselves. And but yeah, sometimes they are able to help me out. I among all of the followers, I prefer INTP because they can relate and they're able to do it all. It's just that they are not J, so sometimes they will wandering around because they are easily get distracted sometimes. Overly laid back, they think that it's okay because the deadline is not that there. All P have this problem, so we need to give them schedule. Mm, um, but because of their laid back and their optimistic, positive attitude towards the life, makes me feel a sense of stability and hopefulness. I feel like they are not going anywhere. Uh, they will constantly look at, be with me and working together with me. It makes me feel like a sense of stability. Like uh, they don't create dramas like others, but they do actually. Uh, so that's why, in order to prevent this one, you normally all the time you need to make sure their understanding is it's on the same page as yours. The logic, the fairness. They may be flexible, but actually they are not because they are thinkers. So fairness is important for them. It's just that they don't see things as I do because I always try to find a way to explain things so that I can be calm, be composed, but they don't really do that. They just merely like ignore it or stay back and try to don't see it, but actually they keep it in the heart. So if you want them to work with you and able to be logical all the time, you make sure that you have to check their logics all the time and explain to them the logic behind things and how to make it more proper organized so that they will not feel unfairness. This is very important. um they are pretentious, definitely. They don't agree on what you say, but they pretend to agree everything that you say. They are liar. Yeah. And but good in some way because you do not need to tell the truth all the time. It's very hard for me because I am a truth seeker. I always want to clear uh, truth every single moment, every single seconds, because that's the only way to get to the root and solve the real problem and meet the deadline. But they are coward when they sense that something's wrong or something might happen. They always run away. That's really pissed me off. That's why you need to really build up their skill so that they will not run away when they know and when they have the sense of able to handle the situations. They will not run away. It's more like you need to train them and lead them and be with them and able to go through all the phases, so that they can stand by themselves. They can do it. I still prefer INTP over other types. I'm still on my way to figure out how to work with other types and what can I do and how to get things done. It's more the systems thing. Um, I hope that this video is gonna help you. And if you have any questions, please um, write it down and please leave it in the comments. And I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible.